This season of the Urban Conservative Podcast is brought to you by Newton for Senate, working to improve education, reduce taxes, and keep North Carolina #1 for business. Find out more at newtonforsenate.com.
This episode of the Urban Conservative has also been sponsored by Case Technology Consulting. Help your business get value out of its data and become more efficient and streamlined. Case Technology Consulting. Check out the link in the description. Episode of Top of the Morning is brought to you by Edward Jones financial advisor Kelly Harmon, providing you with well-researched guidance backed by Edward Jones' extensive team and technology that help you prepare for retirement, children's education, or other financial goals. Call 252-473-1006 or visit the link on the screen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies, it is time for Top of the Morning, the best 30-minute morning show on the internet right here on the Urban Conservative. I'm Raheem Architect Soto, joined by, as usual, my twin brother, Dual Ali.
What up?
It's time for Top of the Morning. We hope you all had a great weekend. Do us a favor. Head over to tuconservative.com, the website you see on your screen. And if you only on audio, it's tuconservative.com. That is where you can support. That is where you can support what we do. And our mission is to spread conservative ideas, values, and policies to urban communities across our beautiful nation, America. How was your weekend, bro?
Bro, great weekend. Awesome weekend. Had a chance to ski-daddle around the state. I got to give a big, it wasn't on the weekend, it was last week actually, but I got to give a big thank you to the New Hanover County Republican women for hosting an awesome event at FX Air Guns out there in Wilmington. It was dope to go and speak with so many people who are ready for a change in leadership in NCGOP. I'm excited about our run for vice chair. And I know this doesn't have anything to do with the weekend, but tonight I will be in Greensboro for the Guilford County Republican Party's candidate forum. So I'm looking forward to that. But all around dope weekend, man. Got a lot of running around to do this week. And yeah, man, good stuff. Oh, also shouts out to the city of Kannapolis for Jiggy with the Piggy. Yeah, man. Big barbecue festival was this weekend. So Jiggy with the Piggy. I also had an opportunity to attend a community safety meeting about gun violence and some other things with the police department. And folks, we got a lot of work to do. And I'm not going to go off on the tangent now, bro, but let me just put it this way. It took me 30 seconds to read a bill. I'm sitting in this meeting and a lady goes, you know, these Republicans are trying to take away our First Amendment right to protest. Then I pull up the bill. Yeah, I'm like, excuse me.
Wait. You pull up the bill while you're sitting there.
Excuse me. Excuse me.
Yeah. Well, I can't, but wait. That's important. Like, I know we got a show to do and all of that, but listen, folks, stop listening to people say things and not check them on the spot. What do we mean by check them on the spot? Whip it out. Whip the phone out while they say, he just said, ma'am. And then go, excuse me. No, according to the right here, you're incorrect.
What I'm reading right here says if you take that brick and you the window and you cause $2,500 worth of damage, you going to jail, bro.
All right. So the first story, right? Because and it's funny, you kind of, I don't know if you purposefully segued to it.
I didn't, but it's natural. It happened.
The first story here in the headline that I read, it kind of blew my mind. The new, you can leave it like that. You can leave it the way it was. The new George Floyd. The new George Floyd, not the old George Floyd. But all right. Here's the issue that I'm really internally struggling with here, right?
Okay.
And it's like a balance between hip hop culture, right, and my love for the music and the goofiness of it, if you will, right? What do I mean?
The
Yeah,
goof.
because I as I've grown older and matured, I guess, I find I'm having a conflict with putting people in, and I've always had this problem with celebritizing people. Maybe it's
Okay.
because I knew celebrities since I was very young, right?
Okay.
Maybe that's the point. But
Okay.
but George Floyd, right? Let's go back a little bit. To have a first George Floyd, right?
Okay.
To now have a new George Floyd. Now we have a new George Floyd, okay? And here's the issue, New York City. Here's the issue. I'm conflicted because New York City's a mess, Ali. And somebody was like, yeah, New York City is finally respecting hip hop because they had Biggie Smalls tokens on
For the
on
train?
Biggie's birthday. They lit up the Empire State Building for Biggie. They did certain things for Biggie. There was like a Metro card, a Biggie Smalls Metro card. I'm not kidding. I'm not even joking. I know y'all like, what does this have to do with the new George Floyd? But I'm conflicted because I feel like
hold on. Wait,
y'all giving stuff up for like trinkets, like a Biggie Smalls Metro. You guys, you know how Metro cards are created? You know who pays to make the yo?
You.
I'm a little conflicted because I love hip hop. I love the music, right? I love the tenets of hip hop.
Yo, bro.
Like,
Yo,
I love it, but I'm confused.
I know this don't got nothing to do with it, but son, do you okay? People actually think they got something because Biggie was on a we got to come up, son. We got Biggie.
Yo, look. And then I'm gonna get a little shade for this, right? And going into this story, but the hip hop museum, it's like we got the hip hop museum. No.
Okay.
When you look at the bigger project that was taking place and you understand politics, forget all of the Hassan Campbell and the back and forth and that. No one is talking about the real issue here. And the real issue here is the hip hop museum is equivalent to a broom closet. it's equivalent to a broom closet compared the development itself, right? Just think if you have this huge development and it was like, so somebody like, all right, we talked about this last week with somebody like Al Sharpton to come to the community, spread some money around, influence the community to pass a certain deal or to look favorably for the community to look favorably upon a deal. Now the real estate and the deal basically was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, but because they got 8, 9, 10, 20 million allocated to the hip hop museum and they got a building, they okayed the pushing through of a project worth $500 million.
Wow.
All right. And then it's not even that y'all liquid 20 million. We're gonna apply that monies to the rent and the other things that y'all are not gonna have to worry about for X amount of time. And there's some tax deferments. So my point is that are we selling out the community for like trinkets? Like, is this what hip hop is? Is this what it turned into? So the new George Floyd, let's just get to it, right? Because this is the new George Floyd. So allegedly a belligerent homeless man dies on the NYC subway on that E train. Okay. After being placed in the chokehold, a homeless man died after being placed in this chokehold for 15 minutes by a passenger on a New York subway train Monday. The footage captured by passenger and freelance journalist Juan Alberto Vasquez, and we're not going to play the footage, right? Shows
30-year-old Jordan Neely was choked by a Marine veteran on Monday.
Okay, the incident
flooded the 63rd Street Lexington Ave subway station, and many of them climbed down onto the tracks while chanting "No justice."
Wait, what are you talking? Wait. How did you just transition from the story to a protest?
I'm sorry about that, but
we didn't even get to the part where
keep going.
So he started screaming in an aggressive manner, Vasquez told the Post, that Neely barged on the train and began acting erratically. So yeah, everybody riding the train, minding their damn business. And here comes someone getting onto the train and in his words, acting erratically. Okay. We got erratic acting Neely. He started screaming in an aggressive manner. He said that he had no food, he had no drink, that he was tired and doesn't care if he goes to jail.
So it sounds like he was trying to get to jail so he could get something to eat, is what it sounds like.
He started screaming all these things, took off his jacket, a black jacket he had, and threw it on the ground. He had a history, Neely reportedly had a history of mental health issues and prior arrests for assault, disorderly conduct, law enforcement told the Post. But according to Vasquez, Neely had not physically attacked anyone before this 24-year-old young man intervened. The footage shows two other passengers constraining Neely, who was flailing his arms. After Neely stopped moving, the passengers continued to hold him for 50 seconds. Okay. During that time, one of the men who looked to be holding arms said, "He's not squeezing no more." The conductor called 911 once the train reached Broadway Lafayette Street and Bleecker Street Station. So Vasquez said the passengers had called the police when the incident occurred, but they did not arrive until later. Okay. The 24-year-old was taken into custody but released. The police have not ruled the death a homicide, nor does the passenger currently face any charges. Okay.
Well, that is updated.
Okay, now what do you got?
So apparently on yesterday, there was some protests down 63rd Street and Lexington Avenue subway, and many of them climbed down onto the tracks, chanting "No justice, no peace," and "Abolish the police." The homeless man died after he was put in a chokehold for several minutes. The young man involved was taken into custody and released. The Manhattan DA's office will investigate, but did not indicate whether it would file charges. Meanwhile, Fox News identified the man as a 24-year-old veteran and college student named Daniel James Penny, whose lawyer said he never intended to harm Mr. and could not have foreseen the death. When Mr. Neely began aggressively threatening Mr. Penny and other passengers, with the help of others, acted to protect themselves until help arrived. A march for Neely was apparently held on Friday.
Now, what the heck are we marching for? I'm trying to understand what if y'all cared so much about this man, why was he hungry? Why was he thirsty? If you guys cared so much about this man, why was he hungry and thirsty? Explain to me why was he what go ahead.
What the flying farfik Nugan?
Why does he have Michael Jackson feet
That's all I was gonna ask. Okay? So
yo, everybody in that picture's an idiot.
I'm trying to understand, bro.
And why? I don't understand it either. I don't understand it. I don't understand it either. I just don't understand. How do y'all get these signs made this fast?
That's all I'm saying. I just was gonna ask that question. Like that signed? I mean, somebody's got some really neat writing. Whoever making these signs.
All right, here's the other side to this. Here's the other side to this. They are now yelling, right? Poverty the narrative that's trying to be created is way out of line. Like, this is sad because the facts are the facts, right? What do you suppose people do? Sit there and be accosted? Like, what's the alternative? Just sit there and shut up and let the crazy guy scream at you and potentially hit you in the head with something like they've been running around doing. Like, why is it that there's no outrage and there's no protest for the people who are assaulted? Why is it like, why are we defending this? People are actually defending. Y'all care so much that they're in the streets. Like, do you understand the issue I'm having with this, Ali?
Right, but these are the same people that walk by the guy.
You're
with
on
your
the way to the
soy mocha latte, walking right by the guy.
On the way to that protest, y'all did walk by all of the homeless people. Why are they all homeless if y'all care this much? I don't understand. It's perplexing to me. You care this much, but not enough to actually help. So I guess we'll keep following this story, right? And
I hope, because listen, if there's a video, I haven't watched it yet, but I will say this much: sometimes
murder,
bad things happen when not everything that happens is bad is done intentionally. Okay. Everything that's done. Yo, I personally, bro, if I'm with Leah and Dre and Tasha on the train and some belligerent dude comes up, yo, bro, you're not going to run up on me like that.
You're supposed to just sit there and shut up and let him. Don't worry, he's got mental illness.
And I mean,
don't say anything.
Here's the other thing.
If you don't look at him, he won't react. Like, we're supposed to ride in
just
fear,
be unsafe, and no. Then here's my other thing. Last thing I'll say on this, and you're absolutely right about how people are going to use this to create this thing. You see these stupid ass signs. Poverty should not be a death sentence. Being poor is not a crime.
No, absolutely not. But
accosting, dumb as hell.
Listen, accosting people and disrupting the public is a crime. It's called. The man has already been arrested for this. So here's my issue with this, and we'll leave it here. Right, the idea that somehow the victims of crime in New York don't get rallies until it's a cop doing something, until it's a white guy hurting a black guy. There's no outcry. There's no rallies. There's no nothing.
Yeah, because ain't nobody saying a damn thing about the people running around knocking folks out for no reason. Ain't nobody saying nothing. You go to any given black neighborhood and we can pull the data up. Ain't nobody crying, screaming foul ball when we're robbing and stealing and destroying our own neighborhoods.
Where is the riot for that? Where is the protest for the innocent black children being murdered in these cities? Where is the outcry? I'm just curious. I'm just asking.
Yeah, where's the being a black child should not be a death sentence? Where's the being a black man age 18 to 35 shouldn't be a death sentence, because that's who's getting killed the most, not by the police, but by each other. So we're gonna stop there, bro, because we're gonna have to follow this up.
It's agitating. It's super agitating.
It's really ridiculous.
And again, this is all funded by people like George Soros. They have an agenda. They have an agenda. For those of you who don't know, there's absolutely an agenda. There's absolutely a waste of taxpayer dollars happening in New York City and in New York State. They are basically giving the money out to these BS nonprofits, these nonsense.
Everybody in this picture got on designer shoes, man. Get the whole get out of here, son. I'm good.
Right. All right. We're gonna take
designer shoes, bro. Come on, man.
We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back here on Top of the Morning. We'll be right back.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, bro, we're back.
And we're back. Ladies and gentlemen, on Top of the Morning, you're checking out the best 30-minute morning show on the planet. Sometimes we run a little longer than 30 minutes, but we got important stuff going on. If you haven't done so already, please jump over to tuconservative.com. Grab yourself one of them little Hamilton plans. It's only $10 to keep us rolling here, doing what we do, which is sharing urban conservative values and principles across the communities, the nations, the people. All right, y'all. This is a subject we've talked about here, not just on Top of the Morning, but also on the Urban Conservative Podcast, which airs every Monday night at 8 p.m. You can check out here, check out on the website. But reparations are back. Yo.
They're back.
Reparations are back. Can I ask you a question, though? Can I ask you a question right now? Can I ask you a question right now? Can I ask you a question, bro? A serious question. What the are you going to do with a mule? What are you going to do with a mule, ma'am? Can you tell me what... Right, if I gave you a mule
no.
Now,
let me correct it. It's the metaphor. You know what they're saying. It's the metaphor that, we were promised 40 acres and a mule and we didn't get it, and then 40 acres and a mule. And all right, here's my only problem, though. Here's my only problem. My only problem. Are y'all okay with giving it to the white slaves too? So my only question, are y'all saying, all right, let's do it. Let's give up the money. Cool. Are y'all going to give the money to the Irish slaves and the Asian Americans who were enslaved in this country, who were legit treated decently worse. Like we're gonna say they were treated a little. You might want to do some research. I know we get Roots every year. I know we get all of the beating in the head of how terrible antebellum slavery was in the South. I get it, but do y'all know? Did y'all read the White Gold books and them? Did y'all put this into objective perspective here? And are we clear that black people owned white people? Are we clear about that?
Mm.
Are we gonna
uncomfortable? But you can't say that. You can't.
Hold on. Look at this. Look at this here. Look at this. Y'all not eligible for reparations. So why is y'all even talking about it?
All right,
hold on. I got a question. Are you eligible for reparations? Are you? And why would that be a badge of honor? I wouldn't be interested in reparations if I could get it. I wouldn't take it if I could get it because it's stupid. The concept is Ali, let me finish. The idea that I should be paid for something you can't prove. My ancestors had, like, what's the idea? This country was built on the black or African American slave.
Nah. Let me help you out.
Historically inaccurate.
Let me help you out. Real quick, Ryan. Let me ask you.
Absolutely inaccurate.
Let me ask you a question. Where were the first Africans brought into this hemisphere? Were they brought to the United States or were they brought to the Caribbean first?
All right, hold on. We got an answer. Absolutely, because my family on both sides came from slavery. So that entitles you to some money from somebody who never enslaved anybody, and so this is the mentality that we.
Yo, bro, I've always said this. If you can account for the amount of time that you served in slavery, and you could point out the person that enslaved you, get the money from them. You should get the money if you served in slavery. But here's the point that I was going to go back to, right? The first Africans were brought to the Caribbean. They weren't brought to the mainland. Okay, so our family, having Puerto Rican blood means we're African, we're Taino, and we're Spanish.
Where's Walter and them from?
Barbados,
where the first crop of slaves came from. So if anybody would be entitled to it, more than likely it would be the descendants of those people who had the original contact. We're not going to play I'm more African than you and it's the African slave. Like, that's what that turns into. So that seemed like what's called an ad hominem attack, Brother Frank, but I wouldn't be proud of being eligible for reparations, or even in the mentality that you somehow, the white people alive now, are responsible for what happened, and then therefore I should get $200 million is what these people in California are saying per person. All right, yo, this is how I know you don't read enough. We're gonna stop. You're right. I gotta stop, Ali, because the reparation is lineage based, not the Caribbean slaves. All right, bro.
They were
you clearly don't read. Yeah. You clearly don't read enough. No, respectfully, bro. Listen, I gotta say this. This is what happens in real time. Can you please pull up the history so we can educate this brother? Because this is what happened at the meeting. Somebody said something, right, Ali? And you went, excuse me, ma'am. No, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. So respectfully, you have to know what you're talking about. The idea that somehow anybody alive today, right, with the tiniest of exceptions, it's like, you know how Ali,
in 1517, the first slaves sent directly from Africa arrived to do forced labor on the Spanish plantation and mines in the Caribbean islands. Shut the whole hell up with that stupidity right there.
But those ain't the same. No.
You're gonna stop right there with that stupidity, bro. But
those ain't the black slaves. Don't make the ones that. Come on. So now we separating slavery?
Yeah, the National Humanities Center. This ain't me making this up. The first slaves here were Africans, were brought to the Caribbean. Period. So this whole idea, and we're talking before 1619. We talking about 1517, bro. A whole damn near 100 years before that, son. Are you kidding me?
This is these people, when I say these people, I mean the people that are in favor of this have limited information about the facts of the matter, and they're operating from emotion and they're not operating from the facts. So what happens is you make a personal attack on, are you even eligible for the money? I'm eligible because I come from slavery on both sides. He's not going to be the only person to make that argument.
Sure.
Right? And so forget him for a second. It's not him, it's the argument. Forget Brother Frank, nothing personal to him. Disregard the face and the name. That argument doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to say that it's only the American slaves. No, once you open Pandora's box and you say we're paying out for slavery, when you was enslaved and you could prove it. Yeah, my mother and them is from here, my father and them is from here, and they was enslaved. Okay, cool. Here's your check. But now where does it stop?
Let me ask this question. Let me ask this question, right? Let me ask this question. How many slaves did the government own?
Yeah, but the who?
How many slaves did the government own?
Oh, my Lord. Is that even a... If you suggest to me that the United States government owned slaves, right? I'm going to stop the conversation with you because you're academically at a level of understanding of the subject matter that doesn't warrant me wasting oxygen talking to you. I cannot give up my breath of life to talk to you if you think the United States government should be responsible to pay out reparations for slavery. If you believe that, I'm opting out of the conversation.
California's Reparation Task Force voted this past Saturday to approve recommendations on how the state could compensate and apologize to Black residents for generations of harm caused by discriminatory policies. The 9-member committee convened 2 years ago gave final approval to a hefty list of proposals that now go to state lawmakers to consider for reparations legislation. U.S. Rep. Barbara Lee, Democrat out of Oakland, who is co-sponsoring a bill in Congress to study restitution. Proposals for African Americans. Wait a minute, African Americans, so the people from Africa get it too?
Hold on.
Reparations are not only morally justifiable, but they have the potential to address long-standing racial disparities and inequalities, which is okay. Do y'all realize how much jargon they throw at you?
We gotta stop this.
Yeah, like the jargon they're throwing.
Stop this. We gotta.
Ooh, you didn't want to do that. So how much of that money are we getting from the Africans that sold their cousins?
No. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. What does it say here?
It says Nigerian civil rights group says tribal leaders' ancestors sold people to slavers and should say sorry, like the U.S. and Britain.
All right, so let's start there. We got the people. We know for a fact. All right, we're gonna get off of this because we didn't even get to the last story. We're gonna get off of this. Let me give y'all a sequence of events and rationale that makes the most sense of how to look at this. If somebody gets caught stealing something, right? They are caught red-handed, right?
Sure.
Okay. If you sell what you stole, right, and you get caught red-handed, you should have to what?
Either go to jail or give back what you stole.
Okay, cool. Let's keep that concept. We know for a fact Europeans didn't enter the interior of Africa because of malaria and other things until the late 1800s. This is why we have so many nature shows, people who are absolutely over the moon about things that these Africans are looking at forever, like waterfalls and mountains and animals. They've been looking at them things. They like, y'all impressed with the animals? Yes, we have.
Yeah, they just now figured out that the Billy chimps are just regular chimps. They just now figuring that out.
All right, so what I'm getting at is if we know the parties involved, your argument isn't with the United States government. Your argument is with the African tribes who make the claim to be the tribes that rounded up the slaves. That's who you need to go talk to. You don't need to take money from me and my family or somebody else's family who had nothing to do with the interaction we're talking about. They didn't have nothing to do because it's essentially who bought them and who sold them.
My question is, again, when anybody starts talking about foolishness, how much money are the African people who sold their own folks and sold other people, how much do they have to pitch in? How much? That's all I want to know. Do they put in 30%? Do they put in 50%? Because the Nigerian civil rights groups, the what is the name of the people that wear the kente cloth is a tribe, and that was the interesting thing is the same tribe that wears the kente cloth was selling their cousins, and then you got a bunch of people talking about reparations. They want reparations, and they wearing the same cloth and the same patterns that the people who sold their ancestors into slavery in the first place are wearing.
All right, hold on. Last thing on this. There's 40 million black people. Let's give them all $200 million. You see the number on the screen?
Okay, so let's get this 40 million black people. Okay.
I already did it. So it's 8 each plus. All right, so look, that's the number. Because you do 200 million times 40 million. There's your number.
Yeah, nobody talking about giving nobody $200 million.
No, that's what they talking about. That's what they talking about.
Way.
That's what they talking about in California. You should get $200 million.
Yeah, for the whole thing.
No, per person. Read the art. See, this is where we got to cover this again. Per person, sir.
No.
Per person. 200 million for each and every African American in California. so let's just say let's lower that number and say 200 million times how many black people in California?
$200,000, bro. Is that a 200,000? Like I can't.
200 million with an M is spelled out. They ain't even put all this.
Damn it, man!
It is spelled it out.
Tried, bro.
Are
they saying to give that to the whole group?
No, each. I'm gonna read it again. They demand $200 million for God. Each and. They didn't put each and. Every mean every. I don't know how every gonna mean anything else. Each and every African American in California.
That's the task force right there.
Listen, man, it's absolutely ridiculous. It's the idea that you go. Why do people who never had slaves have to pay for this stuff? Like no one wants to answer that question. All right, let's leave this alone, Ali. We got one more thing to cover real quick. We'll be right back. Top of the morning, ladies and gentlemen. Yikes, man. Freaking yikes.
Just because you're black doesn't mean you have to vote Democrat. This year, in order to see benefits for our communities, we need to vote outside the box. Find out more by visiting us at tuconservative.com.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're back on top of the morning.
I don't know if I want to do this story. Go ahead.
The best 30-minute morning show. And sometimes 34, 35 minutes. Sometimes it just goes like that. Thank you so much for joining us here on The Urban Conservative every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. for Top of the Morning, and each and every Monday at 8 p.m. for The Urban Conservative Podcast, and every Friday. All of our episodes are uploaded to wherever you listen to podcasts. If for some reason you are on a platform and you cannot find us, please let us know so that we can be where you at. Again, tuconservative.com. We've got one last. I don't even know how to even start that. Okay, let me put it this way, right? A couple days ago, I watched Silence of the Lambs, right? I just watched you know I couldn't get that movie out of my head, right? You know a scene is stuck in my head and over there. The it puts the lotion on its skin. I just could never get past that scene.
Oh, no.
I know it's terrible. Okay, but listen, we have gone too far. We've gone too far in this country. The word her and the word go ahead, bro. I can't even. I don't know how. They found him, her, they.
Respectfully. Y'all gotta understand. Y'all need to understand, right? Y'all have to understand. Me and my brother are respectful, right? We can disagree with you. Respectfully, right? We're not here to fight with people. We don't think we're right about everything, right? We don't even think we know everything. We actually, and Ali, stop me if I'm wrong. We embrace the fact that we don't know everything. Like we look to learn more because we are fully aware of how much we do not know. Right?
That's fair.
What I do know, what I know is very limited. but I'm certain about it. I am so certain about it, right? That I'm willing to stand and die on what I know. What do I mean by that, Ali? I mean that I know I'm willing to die to on the fact that I am a man, that I am a biological male. I'm willing to stand and die on that precipice there. I'm ready to. That is I know that. Okay. The person, because I again want to remain respectful. The person that you see on the left of your screen, okay, is a trans person. Okay. This trans person is named Darren Glines, who goes by Rachel and was just recently found not guilty on 3 counts of indecent exposure, according to a report by the WHIO. Okay. This person has, the headline says, and I quote, a man who identifies as a woman has been cleared of flashing her penis in front of people, specifically young people, in a women's changing room at a YMCA in Xenia, Ohio.
All right. Somebody wrote,
but this is not meant to be funny.
All I'm saying is,
but his attorneys argued that his belly was too large for his genitals to be exposed. Okay. The municipal court judge, from Judge David McNamee, okay, found 31-year-old Darren, aka Rachel, not guilty. Okay. Now, the argument, respectfully, I don't know if y'all are okay with this. You can't be okay with it. His stomach is too big, so you can't see. He can't see it. So how
all
you
I'm
gonna
saying
see?
Is this dude has an uncanny resemblance to Oswald Cobblepot. It's all I'm saying, bro. Just an uncanny resemblance to Oswald Cobblepot.
Well, I hold this at the feet of the staff at the YMCA who allowed him into the because the judge pointed out, right, that Jacqueline Brockman, the executive director of the Fairborn YMCA, testified that she and other employees allowed Glines to use the woman's locker room at all Greater Dayton area YMCA facilities.
Yo, I'm not gonna front, son, and I'm probably gonna get in a little bit of trouble for this.
Then don't say it. Don't say it. No, don't say it. Hold on. Don't get yourself in trouble.
We watch entirely too many catch a predator type videos, son. I know for a fact that there are people.
My God, bro.
What? There are people. It is a fact that who do this for the sake of the deviance of it. He was just waiting to do that. I'm sorry, bro. We have gone entirely too far in this country with this whole trans madness. This is absolutely madness, bro. Where in the heck do we get off saying her, like, as a writer, as somebody who cares? You're supposed to be a writer. Somebody,
yeah, bro. I can't do it.
Her penis, bro. Her penis. Her. Nah, man. I just can't.
Look.
I just can't, man. And these are the same people that support this dumb stuff will be the ones telling you, you got to get the reparations. You got to recognize that he's she's a. Nah, it's the same group of people saying this dumbass stuff. This is dumb as hell. I'm gonna leave y'all with that for the day, man. Thanks for checking out Top of the Morning here on the Urban Conservative. Oh, we will be back tonight for the Urban Conservative podcast at 8 p.m. I will see all of you folks out in Greensboro for the Guilford County executive committee meeting tonight. I just can't, bro. Y'all have a positive. I can't even look at
I'm just ending the show, man. It's over. Bye, y'all. Peace, y'all.